Hello and welcome to another edition of After the Whistle, take two.
Yeah, take those.
Oh yeah, man, we be having fun over here. But we're gonna talk about some WWE, as Todd was saying during our first take. We talk about the mask, Rey Mysterio.
We was talking about Rey Mysterio and how, unfortunately, the people for WWF,
Eric
WWE,
Bischoff.
Eric Bischoff didn't. Oh my bad, WCW didn't even care about the customs of I don't know if it was really Lucha Libre, but the Mexican wrestling and how his mask is his identity. He only takes it off at home with his kids. He probably wears it around at home as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just one of them things that you got to respect people's cultures and do kind of what I forgot his name, whatever. The old coach for North Carolina when he sent a guy down.
Oh, yeah.
I
forget the dude's name, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, the legendary coach in North Carolina.
Dean Smith.
Yeah, Dean Smith.
I forget the player's name.
Yeah, but when he went and sent the assistant coach down there to understand his customs so he would never make that statement again, we just had to kind of just respect and learn everybody's customs, man.
Yeah, and it was just a bad idea, because it was... It didn't even feel like Rey Mysterio when he was fighting without that mask. They just felt like
it didn't really do anything, to be honest with you. Like it didn't really raise his stock or drop it. He was still Rey Mysterio. He was still jumping the top rope, doing all type of crazy moves. So it's like I don't understand.
Yeah,
but
it was just like. It just doesn't seem the same.
But it's just people have a hard time just allowing people just to be them. Like, I have to see what's under the mask. No, you don't. Like, if he's not comfortable showing you what's under the mask, why do you feel like you have to see? I just don't understand why people just can't agree, disagree, and respect privacy.
Legit. I feel the same way, because even when, who did he fight? Eddie Guerrero? When he fought, it was Eddie Guerrero. He fought Eddie Guerrero was supposed to win, but then, Eddie Guerrero took the fall for him and said, because Eddie Guerrero understood, and then they should have just left it at that and not even after that, but that was just the ignorance of
especially
Bischoff.
Eddie Guerrero, who's a legendary fighter, who definitely wasn't one to like losing or would lose lightly. So like, for him to take the fall for a friend, because he said that was my friend. Yeah. Like, you got to respect it.
And then you got to respect WWE, because they were just like, we're not going to have him out there fighting without a mask on.
Because that's what think about it, his name is Rey Mysterio.
Right.
If you can't figure out that the second part of his name is kind of like mysterious, mystery, that's why it's a mask. Like, people just can't. Things are so simple, but they make them so complex.
Very, very much so. So if you haven't checked that one out yet, you should check it out. It was a really good episode. So we're going to get into some stuff. We're starting off a little different today. We're going to start off with some tennis. To Serena Williams, it's her last go-around, and she gave everybody a show on Monday it was, defeating Danka Kovinic.
I give up on some of them names. Yeah. I was watching it.
Them itches,
gotta watch out for them itches, man.
Watch out for them itches. Serena had everybody watching. Yeah. Like, everybody, the place was sold out. Everybody was...
Yeah, see, I got an issue with that. It's not a big issue, but it's like, I get it. You have celebrities that love you. But what about the loyal fans that have been around? Yeah. Did they still have the same opportunity to purchase at least a seat in the arena? That's the only issue I got. I get it, but like everybody's an individual, everybody's a human being. And I get it, people have more money than others, but we're still human beings. Yeah. So like, you got people who feel like they might have grown up with you and been watching your games and being able to go to a match a year or go into your, I want to say your championship matches or whatever tournaments you've been able been at, like Wimbledon and all that. Yeah. So like, I just feel like you got to give the loyal fans, you know what I mean, at least a chance to be able to purchase the tickets. If they can't, cool. But don't just have everybody sold out just because they're famous and they want to see Serena. They might not even be that close to her just because they have a name they just want to go be. You know how it goes, bro. It's follow the leader with certain things. So.
You know how business in this country, capitalism in this country works. Definitely. They going, especially since it's her last run, they gonna skyrocket them tickets. And I think. U.S. Open tickets aren't even cheap to begin with at all.
And that is my point. You got people, loyal fans, who are paying this money to come see these people. So they'll probably pay a couple extra thousand to come support them. Yeah. So I don't, it is what it is, but this is kind of like the issue I had with like certain small, mom and pop businesses, organizations, whatever. Yeah. They complain about not getting support, but when people do support you, when a big money person comes in, you drop people that support you, and you wonder why people leave you hanging.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's certain places around here I've done that too, just because like if we're regular somewhere and then we gotta wait at certain things and it's never happened just because they're having certain things there, it's like, you know what? I'm gonna go take my service elsewhere because you don't appreciate the service we're bringing to you.
Yeah, definitely. 'Cause, yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that wanted to see Serena's last go around. It was probably resort to watching it on the couch, but it was definitely a show that she put on.
Yes, she did.
She always has these bursts or these moments. Like she's been having them later on in her career. Like she's still Top Gun, but
she was locked in. Ball control was crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she was shifting girls. She made the girl work.
Yeah.
Girl really only got points based off Serena's mistakes. You know what I mean? Hitting the net and things like that. So like she was locked in. She did everything. She was moving too.
Yeah.
So it's all about can her body hold up.
Yeah.
That's what it's been the past couple tournaments. It's not skill. It's her rolling ankles, tearing stuff. So
and
it's
tennis
like
is
hold up.
Tennis is such a lonely sport too.
Yeah, I think it's the hottest sport to play.
Because you just out there. It's just you out there. You're out there. Sometimes these matches could go on forever and
for days.
Right? So
multiple days.
So it's like for the focus that she had, it's like this was probably the most focused she's been that probably I've seen.
Well, think about it. It's her last go around.
Yeah.
And you're at your best. I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but you're at your best when something's on the line.
Yeah.
When you know you got time, you're at your best, but it's not your best. When it's the you know what I mean, when it's the end game, it's time to go.
Yeah. And it's if as you said, if she could keep this up, if her body can maintain this, there could be probably another one of a great swan song to go off to just to accomplish all that she's accomplished, and then her last go around.
Kind of like Kobe in his last game, because I ain't seen Kobe move like that in a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Granted. I think Utah was we got to let Kobe do a little bit, but Kobe was moving.
I mean, shoot, he took all the shots. He was like,
he was moving. Like, you ain't seen Kobe move like that in a long time, bro. Like, he was really moving.
That's still one of the most hilarious games I've ever watched in my life. That game was extremely
And it would happen
hilarious.
on Utah. Prime example.
I mean, we've had our sayings about Utah, but Serena is up again. I don't know who she's playing next. Let me see if I can get that up to you all. But I think her and Venus are also gonna do a double.
Okay, that's dope.
I think it's gonna be they both last go around too. I think they're gonna play a double match.
That's dope.
That's gonna be great. That's gonna be great. Did you see the picture of like her daughter taking a picture, and then they had a picture of her father during her very first match? It was like a side-by-side picture. It was
I didn't know.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I didn't see that. I'll check it out.
Yeah. Don't know who Serena's playing next, but good luck to her, and we hope she goes out on top. It'll be quite the story of a legendary career.
Yeah,
We'll never see anybody like that again, or her and her sister. You'll never see that as far as siblings as well. Some other news involving the women's side of sports. We got this story here. Rachel Richardson, from volleyball player from Duke, she was getting racial slurs thrown at her during a matchup against BYU. I believe it was over the weekend and stuff, and it was going on throughout the game. And my thing was, when I read about this and saw this, she said it happened multiple times during the match. And nobody in the audience wanted to say anything or stop them, because they always say it's not everybody, it's only one fan. But isn't your job as a fan to stop people from doing stuff like that? Especially when you're in the state of Utah, where you already are viewed very, very, very,
Well, you kind of stole the words from me, because I was going to ask you, where's that school located? And I don't have to say too much about that. Utah, you have to do better as a state. If you got people who are still racist in that area, police them the best way you feel fit. If you ain't got the balls to stand up to them, then say something to somebody else. They might have the balls to say something. But you can't let no young lady get disrespected, so I wouldn't let that happen.
Right.
You got to at least say something, and then whatever happens after that happens after that.
And it was like the failure of everybody from that school. It was...
Or they could have escorted the fan out.
Athletic director,
Because, I'm sure they have a lot of people in that crowd that like to tell. So they could have went and just spoke to somebody there. And I'm sure they would have escorted the man out once they were aware of what the man was saying, and they could probably hear him as well. So, or him or her, I don't know what, sex or what they even claim. So, you gotta be careful with them things.
Yeah, and it was like the school just put out a statement like, oh, we don't condone this and stuff like, but y'all kind of pretty much condone this by letting that go on. And I've been to a volleyball game. Those games, I went to one, and I was surprised. Well, I wasn't surprised, but I was like, oh, it was eye-opening for me because how packed it was.
I still work them in college.
Yeah.
Some games,
and
they're intense.
And it's so many people there, but it's just like security's there too at these stadiums. I know they heard.
I only was a ball getter. I rolled the ball down, get it? Because, my man, I refuse to be a line judge.
Yeah.
That's like being a ref.
Yeah.
My man. Oh, no, bro. Yeah. It's worse than being a ref because you determine if the ball is in or out. So you determine these points along with the, the ref that's on top of the net. But you're actually saying if it's in or out and stuff. Like, I'm not doing that. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, that's too intense. Man.
I've seen it.
And then you got to think about it. These players, they already, there's already so much going on, and then you got to deal with that. And she said this happened in the student section. It happened, and it was a guy who was doing that.
Why? We don't, let's be real, we don't go to venues saying cracker this and we don't care enough. We're like, what's that gonna do?
Right.
Like, I don't understand why you even feel the need to throw racial slurs. There are so many other words in the dictionary that you could say. And
you could at least be creative with your antagonizing of the opponent, because we've seen fan bases come up with some creative stuff about opponents.
I used to have a little beard coming down.
Yeah.
Dude whispered right to me. I forgot what game it was. Dude said, you got pubic hairs on your chin. I couldn't help but laugh. I used to say them pubes off. He would grab, every time the ref would just stand right there every time. I'm like, yo, bro, why we can't stay there? But you know what I mean? It's one of them things. I'm not expecting him to say that, but you know what I mean? It's all about creativity. And I've heard other things, but that's one of the few I can say on camera.
Yeah, as a fan base, you need to be more creative than just start throwing out racial slurs, because that gets old and tired. And some of these players are probably like, could you come up with something different or something creative? You are in college. This is the time where you're supposed to use your brain to creativity.
Races should be extinct. Let's be honest.
It should be, right?
Racism or racist people, it's just poof. Snap a finger and you disappear.
I seen a meme that said that grandchildren are tired of their racists.
Of course.
Relatives and stuff like that.
Of course, the whole world is influenced by hip hop. So, what you gotta do when your kid pulls up listening to NBA Youngboy or something? What you gonna do? Even Taylor Swift got R&B in songs. Everybody got to, you know what I mean? It's just our bop is just different. And we don't force us on you. You force your culture on the world, and they're rejecting it now. Yeah. So they've been embracing us. So when we're just cool, we don't stress it. Stop stressing it. They might accept you more. That's how I'm looking at it.
Everybody's tired of racism. Everybody's tired of talking about racism. Everybody's tired of telling people how to treat other people. It's
the crazy thing is, you really got to tell them how to treat other people.
Right.
They treat their dogs better than they treat some people. And a dog licks its own anus and balls. Same time. That is gross. And then you kiss it in the mouth. And then you want to eat over your house. That is crazy.
And on that note, we're going to transition to the WNBA playoffs. Both of these games are wild games. Game one of these are games. Storm are the defending champs, right? Yeah. No, Chicago is. Chicago. Storm won the year before.
Because Candace Parker pulled LeBron.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Seattle won the year before that.
Seattle's always winning it.
Yeah. But this one, game one between the Aces and the Storm, it legit came down to the wire, and it was big shots after big shots. And, Sue Bird once again.
She set a record, didn't she?
12 assists, no turnovers.
Beast. I've always had a basketball crush on Sue Bird since UConn, so I'm rooting for you, Sue.
And then Brianna Stewart and Jewel Lloyd, they just combined for, I think they had 50 of the 76 points. Mm-hmm. Okay. But it came down to big shot making down the stretch, and Seattle I think it was a 2 or 3 point game, and they made some clutch shot. But the Aces gave them the run for their money. The series is gonna be fun because it was really competitive.
Yeah, because for Sue to perform like that, and for those other starters to put it up like that, they kind of like won by the skin of their teeth. You know what I mean? And think about it, like Aces had 11 turnovers to the Storm 7. I doubt they're going to have 11 turnovers next game. So, Storm, y'all got to tighten up.
And also, A'ja Wilson only had 8 points.
Yeah. So, once again, y'all got to tighten up.
Because if you could get 21 and 20 from Plum again, and what A'ja Wilson gives you maybe 16 and 10 or something in that range, you're not going to win that one. So.
Yeah, so it's exactly. And, like, they're not going to shoot 6 for 23 again.
Yeah.
I just don't see these things. But granted, I don't see the Storm shooting 5 for 22 either.
Yeah.
So like I said, like the game 2 is probably going to be even way more intense. It's going to be way more scoring, I think.
Yeah, I think both teams need to get. Granted, the Aces only play 7. They only go 7 deep, but they got 9 off the bench, but they got to get a little more from them. And the Storm definitely got to get more from the players they got in there because only one bench player scored 4 points.
That's crazy. Come on, ladies.
Yeah. I mean, we saw in the NBA Finals like the importance of bench scoring, and
like you always have a couple guys that can get you at least 10 off the bench. Like I don't understand how you got players going scoreless and some people only having single digits.
Taking one took 1 shot, another took 2 shots.
Like you called the second unit for a reason. You know what I mean? You're not called the bench bums. So like, come on. Like,
yeah, definitely. So game 2 is tonight. Game 2 is tonight. But yeah, this series, it might go all the distance.
I can see this.
Yeah, and then in the other region, in the other semifinals game, it was the sun in the sky, and this was another one. Came right down to it late in the 4th quarter, but Connecticut, I don't know what that girl's name is, but she was in there just getting buckets after buckets after buckets.
She's tall, lanky, shoot.
Yeah.
She's
she's a forward.
Yeah. She was that thing. Yeah. She's smooth.
And she got handles too.
Yeah. She always been like that.
Yeah, I seen one move she put on somebody, but it was her. She was just like she got the ball. She just made up her mind. I'm beelining to the hoop.
She's kind of always been like that, but I think now she has, she's a vet.
Yeah.
So now she has that leeway now to really just do her thing.
Yeah. And for the Sky, I know Candace is the elder statesman on that team, most experienced. Some of the younger players, they need to step up and do their jobs a little more. Just give her a little more something, because she's been in the league for a while, so there's only so much she can do for the team. So it's like.
Well, remember we talk about bench production. You got the Sky. You got 3 players coming off the bench, and they only give you 9 points. And you got at least 1 player from the Suns, and she's giving you 12 alone. As long, you know what I mean, on top of the other 6 can come from the other 2. So once again, if the starters can't get it going, some of you bench players have to step up.
And both teams did a good job of sharing the ball, though. I like it because each team.
I mean, girls basketball, they've always been about being fundamentally sound, moving the ball, playing the right way. Yeah. There hasn't really been that many plays in the WNBA that just clear out, just get you a bucket. It's been like Cooper, Tarazi, Cappy, Pondexter, for those who don't know who Cappy is. Oh, that's my favorite WNBA player, Cappy. And my homegirl that played for Washington. She's like one of the greatest. One of the greats. Well, she could have been one of the greatest. Tennessee. Holscar. Shamika Holscar. And Catchings. Yeah. So there's only been like maybe the most 10 plays that can just go out and get you a bucket.
And I think with them too, I think there are players on each team that could just go out there and get buckets. But they just more so they played that.
That's how you play the game. Yeah, Maya Moore too. I forgot about Maya Moore. Jesus. And Simone Augusta.
They had players that could get you, that could give them the ball, clear it out. But I think in their game, they're more so. They know they could get theirs whenever they want to, but they more so in that team, aspect of it.
They just play the game the right way.
Yeah.
Think about it. And I feel like everyone has egos. Every hooper got an ego to a certain extent. But then their egos aren't as high as NBA players. NBA players just, I go by you. Nah, I got to go by you, dunk on you. Like, some of them don't even have that ability.
Yeah.
So it's like they need each other. And spacing and things like that. And they just naturally play the right way.
And there's a little more trust with their teammates because you know playing like there's certain points in the game where it's like a teammate you're like, yeah, I ain't giving him the ball.
Now you set it up so you don't even have to look at him.
Yeah.
Like you set it up so I go this way. I know I don't have to swing it this way. I'm going
even the opponent know he's not getting the ball, so I could cheat a little bit. With them, they'll put that trust in the teammate that probably hasn't shot all game.
But that's part of being on a team. You know me, I just get yelled at that at the Y for sometimes because these dudes wide open. Dude get mad at me. I'd rather have you take it on 2 or 3 guys. But I'm like, dude, this dude is wide open. If he makes it, he make it. If he miss, he miss. Like, bro, it ain't the end of the world.
Yeah.
But that's something you kind of have to instill trust in people so they can be comfortable.
Yeah,
if a player knows you don't trust them, how you think they gotta feel when they get the ball? Like, even if you don't trust him, lie to him. Make him feel like you trust him, just so he can be the best he can be. Like what?
All right, definitely. So Connecticut Sun, they lead 1-0. Game 2 is tonight. Game 2 for both of these games is tonight. So make sure everyone checks that out. We got some NFL stuff quickly to go through. All the teams have finalized their rosters. The 53-man rosters are all set. Everybody's getting ready for kickoff next weekend. I mean, season starts next Thursday. But in this one, the Bills punter, they released the punter.
Yeah, they punted his ass out of there. 4th and 50.
Oh my gosh. I can't even tell y'all the meme I saw.
They tucked his ass. They kick his name from Baltimore.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4th and 73.
Man, I can't tell y'all the meme I saw about that because it was just criminal for me to laugh at what I saw.
I ain't gonna lie. It was funny.
It was, but I shouldn't be laughing at that.
But you can only laugh by yourself.
Yeah, you can't laugh with other people around. But they cut him amid these rape allegations. Him and I guess this must have happened when he was in college, his last year of college, or something of that nature. But the girl was 17 in high school, and it's just a lot. And these allegations came out, and it felt like the Bills, like, he's just lucky he's a quarterback, because there was probably like 2 days of coverage about it. That's about it.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Oh, you're saying if he was a quarterback, it would have been,
if he was a quarterback.
On the front page,
right.
It
would have been, we'd still be talking about it until the season started, but he's just lucky he's a punter. And the Bills, I don't know what they was doing, but they finally made that decision to cut him, and it's just, I mean, innocent or not, with allegations, it's just like it doesn't look right, and we just can't have all these attention, even if you may have not done it, guilty until proven innocent. But these type of allegations has to be taken seriously, and it's like, bruh, no.
Has he been accused? Like, has he been like?
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah,
he's good.
I mean, he definitely can't have no job.
No, you can't. And this ain't the type of job that could just.
That's what I mean.
You could get paid leave or something. Nah, somebody waiting to take that spot. So you just can't.
And remember, like, the sports is for the kids.
Yeah.
Granted, adults love it, but it's really for the kids. So it's like, man, like, you can't have that. Like,
yeah, and especially with the off season that's been happening with the NFL, and then and this is gonna come up right before the season starts.
Especially how the NFLs have been handling these type of situations for years.
Yeah.
So if the NFL can't get it right, each individual organization is trying to get it right.
Yeah, because they know the attention the unwarranted attention that's about to come through on their franchises.
And they can't wait on the Shield to make a decision because the Shield will fumble it. They got the worst hands in the NFL.
They'll probably get 4 games.
if
they had their choice.
With that.
So that guy, whatever happens to him, I mean, good luck. And the thing was, he was actually a good punter. But you do dumb stuff, this is what you get. Play dumb games, win dumb prizes.
Yeah.
The Eagles have been making a lot of moves and a lot of noise this offseason. They traded for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. I don't know if you remember him, but I don't know if you remember this clip. Chicago Bears versus Saints, where that one receiver started hitting the DB, and the DB was looking at him like, what? And then the receiver kept hitting him some more, and then it just turned into a whole lot a scuffle.
So I probably do remember that, actually.
Yeah, that's the Saints DB that was in that. So he got traded to the Eagles, and the Eagles quietly got a nice roster. But the question with them, once again, and they traded wide receiver. They traded Jalen Reagor to the Vikings for like a 5th-round pick. But Jalen Reagor, they took him over Justin Jefferson. Like, Justin Jefferson was a pick right after him. He was like, Justin Jefferson was right there. And then now you trading him. So it's just like, that was a smart decision. But yeah, the Eagles, they got a good roster. But the question with them going into this season is their quarterback, and is like, will he be accurate enough for them to win? Because they have players on that team.
Yeah, man. I don't have much to say about the Eagles because since McNabb and Vic, they've had quarterback troubles. And, like, to follow up McNabb's just tough anyways. Like, he's a quarterback that anybody want to have as your franchise quarterback, regardless of him not winning any Super Bowls. The man won a lot of games. Yeah. So it's like, that's going to always be the Achilles heel. You might as well call McNabb Achilles.
Because Jalen Hurts, I mean, he's decent, but it's like there's just that thing with him missing, and it's always like, can he make those passes, those accurate enough passes for them to win?
And I'm rooting for him, but it feels like he can either be a quarterback or a wide receiver. I just feel like he's one of those type of players. Like, he's like a thought or two. Like away from being a good quarterback, or just going to be a wide receiver.
And this is going to be year 3 for him, and year 2 as a starter. So, yeah, year 3 is always that year where they try to see if you're really the guy they're going to move forward with, or if you're going to be just a backup or something like that. So he gotta. But
I feel like we shouldn't put those stipulations on each player, like year 1, year 2, year 3, because like each franchise is different. They make different moves to either better their team or worsen their team. So based on the moves you make, then you look at the performance that he should be able to put out there based on the pieces that are around him, compared to just having just people out there thinking that he should just be great. You know what I mean?
I get that, but the additions they've had for him on offense, all the receivers they've gotten for him on offense and stuff like that. So it's just like,
I personally just mean just quarterbacks in general, because each franchise is different. Each franchise wants to improve every year. Each franchise is just trying to turn a profit. Some franchises just trying to turn a profit. So some guys don't even care that much compared to others. You know what I mean? But I just feel like some quarterbacks have a quicker learning curve than others. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Some.
You got some guys like Peyton that come in there, boom. You got others that just kind of have to figure it out.
You know what I mean? Peyton's been like a child prodigy.
Yeah, but like a lot of franchises think that these top picks who are quarterbacks are all like that, and it's like, nah, bro. Some of these guys got to learn and figure it out. They might look like that in college, but they're just not like that in the league right now.
The thing that's kind of working against him. The thing that worked for him was he was picked so late. He wasn't like an early pick or anything. But the thing that's also working against him is just like, all right, we got rid of this guy to put you in this situation now. You haven't had a season like that guy had before. Like, you haven't had one season, I should say, that like, so we need you to just show progress. All he got to do is get him to the playoffs and get a playoff win. That's it.
And you want to know also what it is? He's playing for the Eagles. If he played for the Bears, he'd be in the clear.
He'd be like Mitchell Trubisky.
Give him 3, 4, 5 years to figure it out.
Mitchell Trubisky got a whole bunch of opportunities.
But that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Each franchise is different. Each franchise is like, we've been so bad. We just hoping you're going to be all right. And then when you just can't do it, then we'll finally move on. And both sides understand.
Lastly, Brian Robinson of the Washington football team, he got shot, but he got shot twice. He was released from the hospital. He was trying to wrestle the gun from the person that was, I think, attempted robbery or something like that.
Yeah, I heard attempted robbery, but I seen a video of him on crutches before I even heard about him being shot. So then when I heard about him being shot, I'm like, all right, he good, because I just saw the video. Yeah. Because he brought his coach some cookies and stuff like that.
Yeah. But it was just like, sometimes it's better to just be like, here, take it. take what you want. Is here, because sometimes there's no need to try to be a hero at all.
I mean, everybody just different, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like, for one, nobody should be getting robbed.
At all.
There's no need. Like, for one, you probably should ask that man for an opportunity or something. Like, if you needed
trying to talk some sense to
a
him.
bodyguard or something. Like, like some of these guys are willing to give you a job.
Yeah.
Like, so it's one of them things. Like, but everybody reacts differently to things. So I'm glad he's all right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hope they found the guy, because I don't want the guy to come back around try to get him around too.
Yeah, I think even Calvin Ridley, he got robbed as well, or like a home invasion that happened in his home. And I don't know if you saw like the DA in Atlanta or Fulton County. She's like,
Oh yeah.
She coming after them folks.
Yeah,
she coming after them folks.
tell
And I'm
you.
like,
I mean,
well.
For one, if you own a house, if you owning anything, you should be at peace.
Yeah.
In your place of peace. So you shouldn't have to worry, look over your shoulder, get up in the middle of the night, make sure ain't nobody coming around, double check your locks. You shouldn't have to do any of those things. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just sad that people go to that extent to try to take things that people worked hard to earn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, people are always trying to get a quick lick.
But also, too, I tell people, don't be so super social media-esque. I don't even know that's a word, but
it's not, but if you just made up a word.
You know what I mean? Meaning that, like, you don't have to record your every movement throughout the day, especially if you're in your home.
Yeah.
You're kind of displaying your home, you're displaying your property. You don't, you know me, I take random pictures of random stuff in my car. You know what I mean? Like, just random areas so you don't even know, and that's after I leave.
Yeah.
Like, I post something, you know what I mean? So it's like, just be more aware that people are watching you, unfortunately, and you are, and some of you guys are a target.
Yeah, people want that quick lick. But he's all right, so.
Pause.
Kudos to what he said. We're going to go to No Huddle with Craig. Fantasy football drafts are coming up. People are having their fantasy football drafts this weekend and amid the season. So Craig's going to give y'all some tips on who to draft, who not to draft, and some of the stuff to do for fantasy football. I lost in the playoffs last year, so I need to redeem myself.
What up, everybody? And welcome to No Huddle here on After the Whistle. It's your boy Craig, and I'm back for some fantasy football advice and whatever may come as the weeks of the NFL progress. So let's jump right into it. We don't have that much time. So let's start off by a little bit of drafting advice. So my first and most important advice is if you're playing in a PPR league, I would draft either wide receiver, running back, or wide receiver, running back, wide receiver. You got some really top talented wide receivers in the first and second round of the draft, and I think it is paramount that you grab those. Yes, you might miss out on a top 10 running back, but I believe the ends will justify the means. With that being said, when drafting a running back, make sure to to prioritize running backs that are on high-powered offenses. And what that means is, look for running backs like Austin Eckler. If you were to draft a running back in the first round, Austin Eckler plays on the Chargers. The Chargers are a high-scoring offense, which means more than likely they'll be leading. And when a team is leading, they lean on the run game to run the clock. Another on the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills backfield is not determined at this particular moment, but if you want to grab Devin Singletary with a later pick, and then also handcuff James Cook. I actually like James Cook to take the job, Dalvin Cook's brother. I think he is going to steal that backfield right away. Damon Pierce for the Houston Texans. Houston Texans might not be a top team, but he has won the job. They've just released Marlon Mack, which leads me to believe he's going to be the number one running back in Houston. So that's kind of the idea you want to go for, trying to nab as many running backs that are on really good teams. Joe Mixon being another one. James Conner on the Arizona Cardinals. Surprisingly enough, I do believe that the Saints will be a high-scoring offense. But Alvin Kamara is a do-everything back. Therefore, I believe he's going to get a lot of work. When drafting after the first round for wide receivers, a couple guys I really like. Michael Pittman was a beast last year. I think he's going to repeat and maybe even be better because he has a better quarterback in Matt Ryan. I love every year. I feel like people sleep on Keenan Allen. Don't sleep on him because he's arguably the best route runner in the NFL. Another guy I'm high on, and I think a lot of people might question it, is Juju Smith-Schuster. Yes, he was out all last year with an injury, and even before that, wasn't really that spectacular. But he's on a new team with a largely better quarterback. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is leaps and bounds over Ben Roethlisberger, on top of which they don't really have a true number one wide receiver outside of Travis Kelce at tight end. So I believe the ball is going to be spread around. Speaking of tight ends, my advice would be, and the same advice would fall with quarterbacks, is don't jump the gun. All quarterbacks are going to generally put up over 20 points. So if you can wait until the later rounds to grab a Trey Lance or a Matthew Stafford, I recommend that over trying to get Joe Burrow, trying to get Josh Allen, trying to get Patrick Mahomes, and losing out on valuable wide receivers and running backs. With tight ends, I believe the same thing. Unless you're going to get Travis Kelce, George Kittle's always getting hurt, and Mark Andrews is up and down. I really like waiting to the later rounds. Grab yourself a Zach Ertz. Grab yourself Gerald Everett, who's now playing on for the Chargers, and so is going to get a lot more touches. I don't believe in grabbing a top 5 tight end because it's just not there in the value later on in the season. So that's what I have for you. I hope this helps you with your draft. And until next week, I'll see you on No Huddle. Back to After the Whistle.
We are back. Thank you, Craig, for that. Just a quick reminder, next week we'll actually be back. Normal shows again. We'll be back next week. The whole band will be here. Pedro will be here. Well, y'all won't see him, but y'all hear him. The voice of the sky. So we're gonna start back up. It's gonna be a fresh new season, and we might have Stevie here because we have some interrogating to do with him about some stuff he said. we haven't had him back on here since then, but we had planned to have him back on here so we could grill him about some of the stuff he said, especially about was it Jay Wright?
Yeah, man, it was Kentucky and Villanova. I had to let him know about Jay. He's talking about Calipari was like the best Italian coach. So I was like, you got about that right, man.
Yeah. So Stevie, we ain't forget about that. And what else did he say something about like the Raiders or something?
He was wrong a lot. Let's just say that, man.
Let's go to Athletes Corner with my man Edwin Castro, Lynn English sophomore, wide receiver / defensive back. We're almost there. Season kickoff is coming up in about a week. They got a scrimmage on Friday in Lawrence, so check it out.
I'm excited for him.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Athletes Corner. And today we got Lynn English sophomore, Mr. Edmund Castro. What's going on? Welcome to the program, man.
What's up? How you doing?
Good, man. How are you, man? How's the summer going?
Going great.
All right, man. You you bursted on the scene midway through the season last year.
Yeah.
You're working your way up to have a big season this year. I mean, first we go back to the season. Like, talk to me about the first half, and then talk to me at the point where your reps they increased your reps, and you started getting more playing time and started making plays and stuff.
I started at first I was very, very scared. They started putting me in and more. I got really used to just being out there and shining, and that made me just explode and go harder in practice, and I was just going crazy. Put me out there.
Yeah, I think one of the things I think Jesse and Wes said it was they noticed it in practice as the season was going on. Like each and every practice, you were getting better and better and making more plays.
Yeah.
I mean, did you realize that it started getting easier for you because when you come in as a freshman, you're trying to understand the system and stuff like that. But at what point did it click for you in practice? Everything just started going.
Well, at first, like when first practice started, I was doing so bad. I started dropping every ball, and then Jesse and Wes and all the seniors, they used to talk to me after practice, and they were just like, keep your head up at all times. I started doing that and focusing on what I had to do, and as soon as I started doing that, everything was going great.
Yeah. How was it just getting when you got your moment and they seen that it's translating in the game now for you? Just how happy were you that work you put in practice? It is now translating in the game where they put you in the position when you got in the position to make plays.
When they put me in that position, I was like, all right, I'm here now. I gotta act cool. I gotta be like professional with it. Yeah. I've been here before. I just gotta keep doing what I do. Yeah.
I know the game I saw, the game that caught my eyes was the Newburyport game.
Yeah.
That was I don't know if that was the game for you too,
yeah,
maybe beforehand, but that Newburyport game was really, because I think one of the receivers, was it Shea?
Josh
that got hurt, and they plugged you in there, and I think you had 2 touchdowns or a touchdown. Yeah, so what did you see in that game? I mean, was it just like you just had to step up because your teammate went down?
Yeah, so at first, when we first got there, I didn't know Josh was going to be out because he had like everything on, so I thought everybody was ready to go. And then, he stepped out. So coach was talking to me, and he was like, I need you to fill in this spot. And I was like, all right, I got you. I filled it in. A little nervous, I'm playing outside. I usually play slot.
Yeah.
So I had to just fill the spot. We were doing great, started off doing great, and then ended up with a touchdown. Oh.
Yeah, I know. And then also on the defensive side, too, you made some plays in that. I think, was that just one of the better games the team had, like just the complete team win type game?
I think so, yeah, because like that game showed how good we got throughout the season.
Yeah.
That game was like so explosive. Everyone was pumped. Everybody was on go.
Yeah, it's a long season, especially where everything's new. You got a new coach. You got a lot of new guys in the system, and then coming off a shortened spring season where they played only 4 games, and then you coming in there from Tech. How was it just when you guys weren't winning those first games early on in the season, and then the winning started? But how was it those first few games when you guys weren't winning, but you was trying to figure it out?
The first 4 games we were losing. The seniors, the captains, the coaches, we all just started putting in more work, having more reps, communicating more, and just putting more effort at practice. It was very hard. We ran a lot. A lot of running was done. Yeah. A lot of hard stuff was going on.
Yeah, that's usually what happens. For you, I mean, when you look back at the season, what was some of, playing with Jesse, playing with Josh, playing with Wesley, playing with Shea, and some of those older guys, what were some of the memories or the memorable moments that you had, or what were some of the games that stood out there for you?
The Swampscott game. That game was, it was a very good game. We lost, but all the seniors, when they lost, they just took it and just went on with it. They just took it on to the next game, and they moved on from it. And then that just showed me, I was like, I got to move on too. I got to be ready for the next game and be more and just do more.
Yeah, was that kind of was that the mindset pretty much? Because well, did that benefit you and some of the younger guys that you saw that they didn't let any of the losses just affect them into next week? Because sometimes when you're losing, it kind of affects you, and you could easily just be like, all right, the season's lost. But you guys were able to turn it around. But did that kind of show the younger players that hey, it's this, you win some, you lose some, you just gotta move forward?
Yeah, it just showed us no matter how it goes, we're all going to be a team at the end of the day. We all just got to be there for each other, no matter win or lose.
Yeah, definitely. For you, now you're going to have a bigger role this upcoming season. I don't know, you're putting in the work this off season, but what's it been like just for you getting this off season to work on your game, improve all these 7-on-7 camps? What's it been like for you just to get ready for the fall?
Looking at the team and just looking at everything, it's been really hard, but I'm just I'm keeping it working and keep putting in my work, because I know at the end of the day, I got to do my job, and I got to make sure everybody's doing their job. So I just got to make sure everybody's on task.
Yeah, definitely. And it's going to be a lot of new faces on the team, a lot of new faces in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
For you as one of the returners, how are you just going to be able to have those players understand that, it's a long season, so we can't be getting down on ourselves when the bad times happen, and we can't get high when the good times happen?
I got to take stuff from what the older people told me last year. I got to just be there for everyone. I got to do my job. Once somebody does great, you got to be there for them, hyping them up, everything.
What's it been like with the 7-on-7s? I know you've been to a few. You guys played in a few. You've been to some camps, and tell me those experiences that you've had.
7-on-7 was pretty good. We had 2 games yesterday against Marblehead and St. Mary's. We ended up short on those 2 games, but it really showed how much we had to improve. We did pretty good. We stopped them. They stopped us. We got some picks, some throws in, catches. It was pretty good. They stopped us on a lot of plays, but I feel like we just needed to work on more.
And then you also you were at the camp at UMass, I believe.
Yeah.
Tell me how that came about and just that whole experience of getting competed with some of the other guys, other players in the state.
It was pretty great. I was going against some pretty good guys, some juniors, some seniors, and I was doing great. I was just doing my thing. The most important thing that I got from that camp was the effort. The coaches were all about effort. Once you finish a play, you sprint to the next play. You forget about it. If you mess up, you forget about it. If you do good, you keep going. Yeah. And that really showed.
Is this point that the grind right now that you're doing right now? Do you enjoy this part? The game is the game when you guys get into game mode. But before all that, do you enjoy this part, the work that you put in before everything starts up? Oh,
I love it. I love the work that I put in. Every day I get up, I go work out. I do what I got to do. I love working out and get grinding and stuff like that.
And then I understand you guys are on the field 3 days a week.
Yeah.
With the new coach. I mean, how's it been? You have a new head coach. Obviously he works at the school, but how's it been just trying to understand what he wants to do and picking his brain and just learning what the offense and the system that he's going to be putting in.
He has a great system. The routes, everything that he has. When we're in the weight room, he knows what he's doing. I feel like it's really great, but at the same time, it's a lot hard because there's some new plays, different plays from last year, different things that we got to get used to. It's just a new coach and then new different things.
Yeah, man. We're like a month away from pads, from shoulder pads and helmets on. How is it? How are you gonna be able just to not lose your mind before that part? Because I know that's usually when they announce the days with shoulder pads and helmets. So that's usually every football player's favorite day.
Yeah.
How are you just not gonna be able to lose your mind until that day comes?
I don't know, to be honest. I'll be stressing every day. Once that helmet comes with the pads on, I'm ready to go.
All right, man. Before we get out of here, please plug in your social media.
Edwin Castro. Edwin Castro _1.
That's Instagram.
Yeah. And then my Twitter is Edwin09 Castro.
All right, man. Make sure you follow him. Make sure you follow. I think the Lynn English football team has an Instagram social media page.
Yeah,
They got a Twitter page. I know that. I don't know about Instagram, but make sure you follow them. Make sure you check them out during the season. They'll see me every day when September comes. So that's how it goes, man. My man, appreciate you for coming through. You guys been watching Athletes Corner. Have a good one. We are back. All right. High school football season starts September 9th. As I said, September 9th, Kipp Academy, St. Mary's. I'm going to keep reminding y'all about that because everybody needs to be at that game at Manning Field that day. That's going to be a big game.
What day is it?
On a Friday. It's at 5 o'clock, September 9th. That'll be the first game. So
I might go to that. I might come with you.
Yeah, man, it should be fun.
I don't know if I'm staying the whole game, though, because it'll get cold towards the end. And I'm hoping one team is beating the other by a decent enough margin so I can slide out of there.
Yeah, you better hope it's not a close one.
Yeah, I don't need that in my life.
All right, let's do some post-game stuff real quick. I didn't say post-game. Let's do, I gave y'all some interviews last week. I'm about to give y'all some more today. From practices last week, first up is Vic Mafo and Juan Settle Singh from Kipp Academy. Both of them seniors, so they want their ring.
That's dope. Hope they get it. Hope somebody brings the championship to Lynn. That's all I care about.
All right, we here at Kipp Academy practice. I got Vic and Juan here. Big season coming up for you guys. What's going on, fellas?
What's good?
All right, guys. 10-2 last season. A very successful season last year, even though you didn't get the ultimate goal. But now you guys are coming back, and it's going to be like one of the biggest games of the season, week 1. How's that feeling, just to know, like, you guys are starting off with a banger?
It's definitely a good feeling, knowing that we got a chance to prove people wrong. People thinking we'll verse good teams and stuff, but St. Mary's obviously is a great team, and it's a city team, so we get to have the whole city out there watching us compete and see what we could do.
Yeah, definitely. And this is like one of the first, I think this might be the first matchup between the two schools, right?
Yeah, we scrimmaged them a couple years ago, but not a real game.
This is the first official one. Vic, how are you feeling about this one coming in? Because I talked to somebody yesterday. Your name was brought up a lot as far as one of the best players in the States for your position. You know, for you personally, how does it feel just to know that, one, you guys have a good team coming back, and two, that there's so much attention coming to you now?
I mean, it feels good. I mean, you know, this is nothing new for us, though. Like, we've always been overlooked, so, you know, I mean, keep the disrespect already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We want the respect now, so we're going to earn it when I'm ready for it.
Yeah, definitely. How is it? How is it working this towards this senior? This is you guys' senior year coming in. How is it just the whole off season with the 7-on-7s and all the stuff that you guys did that's going to help you guys as you guys are getting ready for the first week 1?
It was definitely good. It was a lot of work, you know. It was a grind, but you know, this team is very capable of winning, so we know we're going to put the pieces together.
For both of you, what were some of the things that helped you, that you guys worked on as far as your game and workouts and stuff that helped you guys improve and get better as players?
For us specifically, it was definitely it was unseen hours. Like, we was in the gym crazy, on the field crazy, rainy days, cold days, like early mornings, late nights, and just people, work that people don't see. Yeah. But we don't need to tell people, you feel me? We just know we do it.
Yeah. For you, Juan, how is it returning, knowing the system, you coming back, got a good core coming back just for you? Is it just going to be off and running from week 1 because you guys know what you guys need to do as an offense and you guys are really familiar with the system?
Yeah, last year, we obviously lost Jathan, but some of the receivers, they was already in the system a little bit. And now it's more just like a warm-up year, you feel me? Mm-hmm. Now, we had team earlier, and throughout the 7th season we had, and I think we're gonna be good.
Yeah. Vic, who's the guy that people should really keep an eye on? Who's the player on this team, the best? I could say the best kept secret, or a secret that people might not know now, but they're gonna know once the season comes along.
Should I say the name, man? My guy Mornell, man. He's a junior. Sure. He's a sleeper. Everyone's sleeping on Mornell, but after this season, bro, he's going to make a lot of noise in the States. So, you know, he's definitely a sleeper. One of the most disrespected wide receivers in 24, for sure.
What about his game that's really stood out to you?
He's smooth. He's dominant. He has great hands. You know, he can really run his routes. He knows when to get open. He knows how to get open. You know, he's just a dog. He's a dog, for real.
Yeah. And, you know, I don't want to take too much time for you guys because you guys got to stretch and all that. But how excited are you for this season, this being your senior season? How excited are you, and just happy that you guys are about to get another chance to put on the jersey and play with your brothers again?
Very happy, very happy. You know, we just want to ring this year, so that's really all that matters.
Yeah, man, like you said, it's ring season, hopefully, if all goes right.
I'm going to ask anyways. Juan, who's the best QB in the city right now?
I don't know why you had to ask, man. I don't know why you had to ask.
You gotta ask.
I ain't have to ask. He said, in case you ain't know. My guys, week 1,
thank you for
looking forward to it. I'm going to be there.
Sure.
Everybody better be in there. Everybody better be there. Week 1, it's a big-time matchup. St. Mary's, Kipp Academy.
For sure.
This is what everybody want to see, the best of the best. Both were 10-2. Both of you guys were 10-2 last year, right? Oh, man, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, fellas.
Thank you.
Good luck on the season.
Thank you.
All right. We are back. Next up is Lynn Classical senior Nick Costa. All right, I'm here with Nick Costa, senior defensive linebacker. He's going to do it all for the Rams this year, man. You're taking a leadership role this upcoming season with all the guys that graduated, and just, you know, it's a turnover for the year. How excited are you just to be a leader on the team and just to show these young guys just the way to have a successful season?
Yeah, I'm excited. It's a lot, but I'm excited to take leadership and just prove that we can do everything that we set out to do.
Yeah. How's it been since last week was officially the first day for last Friday? But how's it been? Every day that you guys been out here. What have you seen from some of the younger players, and how is it just everything looking for you? Have you seen things that you like?
Yeah, I think every day we get better, and every day we set out to be more physical, and do better mentally, and in every aspect. I think we get better every day.
And you guys are coming off. As I said, you guys lost so many guys last year, but you guys came off had a good season. You guys were kind of up and down, but you had kind of picked it up towards the end. What was kind of that momentum that you guys had towards the end, that you guys ended the season on the right place, that you kind of were taking it and bringing it forward to this year?
I think really it was teamwork. I think everybody on the team just really cared and looked out for each other, and we wanted to win for each other and not just for ourselves.
Yeah, and I know you guys got some scrimmages coming up. How happy are you just so you could hit somebody else instead of your own teammates?
I'm excited. It's a lot different when it's another team and real other players that you can just hit that you haven't hit before.
Yeah, definitely. You guys kicking off the season against Lexington. You guys played them last year. Went up there and got a W, and they're coming here this year. How excited are you for that new season and just to get that thing going?
I'm excited for our first game. I think our whole team is. Everybody on the team is excited, just to go out there and show what we're really made of.
And I know it's gonna be tough for you guys at certain positions, especially you guys have a new quarterback with Brian being out this year. But how have you liked the quarterback competition and how those guys have been playing and stepping up into leading the team and leading the offense?
Really good. I think RJ really stepped up, and he put his he's a leader too. He just stepped up and took the role full force, and he's out there putting in the work.
Oh, the defense. What's the defensive identity that you would like to see, or what's the defensive mindset you like to see from those guys that you guys want to go out there and play with?
In one word, I'd say tough. I think we're tough, and anybody that wants to come out and fight can try.
Yeah, definitely. Who's the guys that are kind of flying under the radar right now, that they're gonna get the opportunity and that they're really gonna show what they're all about, that fans are gonna be really surprised at what they do this year?
Kaimani, John Naskey. I think all of our young guys are out and ready, and they started some games last year. I think they're ready to prove that they're dogs.
Yeah, definitely, man. Senior year for you. What are some of the things that you've learned from your first year that's guided you through all these years and that's going to help you get through this senior year?
I think leadership and teamwork really are what stuck out to me, and working as a team. And football, you can't do it alone as much as you want to.
Yeah.
Everybody got to step up and do their role.
Yeah, definitely, man. Hey, man, I ain't going to take up more of your time. I know you want to get back out there and do your drills, but September 9th, 7 p.m., Manning Field. Make sure to plug your social media in if people want to follow you. If you don't, smart man. He don't got social media. It's rare for high school.
I don't know my social media.
You don't know it. He has it, but he don't know it.
I don't know my social media.
I'll find it and I'll plug it in for him, man.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, man. Good luck on the season as well.
Thank you.
All right, no problem. And we are back. All right, next up, St. Mary's captains. They're all seniors. Check this out, and then we're going to come back. All right, we're here at St. Mary's practice. We got a whole full squad here. You guys, what day is this? Day 5, 6 of practice?
Day 5.
Oh. Day 5. Yeah, we all don't know. What's been the improvements since you guys started off with just helmets, now slowly shoulder pads into now it's full pads?
I think that, with this year's team, we're getting deep in the playbook. Usually we don't get this deep, but I feel like with this team, with this group of people, we have good leaders and, kids that listen to them, and we're getting through everything pretty quick.
Yeah, and you guys are bringing back, got a good amount of people coming back from last year's team, 10-2, and you guys first game of the season. It starts off with a bang. You know, just like how excited are you guys for this season and then just the start of the season with the games that you guys got coming up in week 1?
I think we're all really excited to come back from last year, 1 game short. So I think we'll all be really excited. It's mostly the same group as last year. So I think we're ready to come out with a bang.
Yeah, what areas are you guys really trying to focus in on?
We've been throwing the ball a lot more. Last year we were run heavy, and now we've basically been passing the ball almost every play.
Army, this your first year playing football?
Yeah, not first year. Not my first year. I played my freshman year. Yeah.
All right, what was that gap? Why
What was the gap?
So long to get back on the football field?
I thought it would be beneficial to focus on basketball for a while. I mean, at least for me. And then I was just senior year. I was kind of at all the home games, and then I went to an Abington game, and I was like, damn, I really want to play. And then we lost, and I was like, damn, I really gotta play.
How's it been for you? Just they're implementing new offense, and how's it been for you? Just trying to learn everything, understand what's going on.
I like it. I mean, it's not too difficult to learn. I've been picking it kind of quick. Yeah.
You, Dave, had a big year last year. A little more in the playbook, a little more on your hands with this year, especially you guys, new quarterback coming in. I mean, what's the role that you're going to play in just helping that quarterback develop and, do the right things that you guys need to do to be successful?
I mean, right now I trust Aleph. He's picking up. He didn't get really much playing time last year with Ali there. But so far he hasn't shown too much weakness in any spots.
All right. My man, Nick. Big man on campus. For you, what did you work on in the offseason just to help you?
My routes mostly. It's pretty much what I really needed to focus on all summer. And
so you can focus more.
Yeah, I cut my hair. That helped a lot.
Is that the haircut you think is going to make a difference?
Probably.
Oh, yeah. More aerodynamic now.
You guys are really picked to win the conference again this year. I mean, how are you just going to be able to stay focused, stay the course for the whole conference play, and just it's a long season, so how you guys just gonna be able to just stay that focused because you guys are pretty much the targets of the conference?
I think it's important that we keep our head up and know that teams are coming for us. Coming back, being one of the best teams. Teams are gonna come back and try to beat us, so gotta just stay locked into it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of games we put up 50 to 40 points on teams, so I think us pounding them last year, they'll come back kind of for a target.
Yeah, and you feel especially you guys added Ernie to the rotation. You guys got three great running backs. And you feel like there's gonna be a lot of issues for a lot of front forwards to handle you guys up there in the running game.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know what someone's gonna do to stop us, even on kickoff return with us 3 back deep. I don't know who you kick the ball to, but we'll see.
For each of you guys, who's the player on this team that might be under the radar right now, but once the season starts, you guys are good. Everybody's gonna know that player.
I got Carlos De La Rosa. He transferred in this year, first-year player. He'll be starting he'll probably be starting a linebacker by the end of the year, probably offensive line too.
As far as the QB, I know Dave just touched it on it. What have you guys seen from the QBs in the QB competition that's really that got your attention?
I mean, it's just a lot different from what we've had the past couple of years. Pretty much what we've been hoping for. And I think it's finally coming true. We just got Aleph. Aleph's been doing really good. He just needs to, I don't know.
All right, September 9th, opening day, first game, Manning Field, the new turf. Just for all you guys, how excited are you? And it's one of the most anticipated games of this season.
We're very excited. You don't usually get to play a team. We don't usually get to play teams from our city. I heard a couple years ago St. Mary's used to play English and stuff, but now we're playing Kipp. They're right down the street, so it should be a very good game.
Yeah, and the fact that both of the programs went 10-2 last year.
Wow, yeah,
they did. Away from the Final Four. You guys were in the Final Four. It's just, you guys really are ready for this one?
It should be a good matchup.
All right, fellas, they gotta go. They've been here for a while. Double sessions, right?
All right.
Double sessions.
We've been here.
So we're gonna go. We're out of here September 9th. Make sure you're there, Manning.
We'll see y'all there.
5 p.m. And we are back. Okay. Quickly. Oh, before we get to these highlights, big congratulations to Jason Asamoto. He committed to Baylor. I believe he did that over the weekend. So he'll be
That's dope.
he'll be a
Congrats.
Baylor. Yeah. Fun fact: his dad owns a store right down the street.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, and his parents, because they both be there. So,
That's
fun
dope.
fact. So congratulations to Jason on that. I don't know if we had anybody else that committed. Also, shout out to everybody that moved into college, first years, all that are getting ready, that are going to play college athletics as well. So shout out to everybody that are out there.
Freshmen, one thing I'll tell you, time management is very important.
Ooh, yes,
I was fortunate enough to go to prep school for a year, so I was already prepared for that aspect of it, especially living from home.
Yeah.
So, and enjoy your freshman year.
Enjoy the
You have to
college.
buckle down the next 3.
Enjoy college, period.
Well, yeah, but they got to get them on the right track first, but
I'm all for bad decisions. That's what those years are for.
yeah, you ain't lying.
Throwback football highlights, and we're gonna come back. We're actually gonna make some picks for college football since
Apparently, we are. Okay.
yeah,
Cool beans.
it's technically week 2, but to us it's week 1. But check these highlights out.
Cool.
We are back. I'm gonna pick some college football games, but these are sporadic games that we're picking. We're not picking all of them because there's like 800 million college games happening
Yeah, there are.
this weekend. So I'm just gonna say out a few. All right, there's a ranked team, West Virginia at number 17, Pittsburgh.
Got Pitt.
You got Pitt. Mm-hmm. I like West Virginia because Slayton and all them boys back then. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Pitt because I don't know what West Virginia's been doing. Boston College at Rutgers, taking on Rutgers.
Is either one of them ranked?
Nope.
BC?
Yeah, BC. All right. Michigan, Colorado State.
You really asked me that? You already know I'm going. The Wolverines, man.
All right, we got some top 25 matches. Number 23, Cincinnati, taking on number 19, Arkansas.
Arkansas.
All right, you going with Arkansas?
Yeah, I'm going Arkansas.
Yeah, I'm going with Arkansas. They've been on the rise, actually.
Yeah, they're getting back to it.
Yeah, they're definitely getting back to it. And then Florida State, LSU.
The crazy face. Nah. LSU.
LSU. Yeah, I just like LSU, so I'm
Yeah, me
going
too.
for LSU. Clemson, Georgia Tech.
Clemson.
Oregon and Georgia.
What? You know I'm picking Georgia, boy.
I'm going with Georgia. That's it. Make sure to follow us, LCTV, After the Whistle on Instagram, Mr. Burton 23 on Instagram, Mukala K on Instagram, lyntv.org, the website. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, we'll see y'all next week. It's going to be a fun show next week. We'll see y'all.
Deodorant.